Hi everyone. I feel I don't want to, but I feel I need to make this video. When I don't want to make a video, it's always going to be a very vulnerable one. They say love is our greatest teacher, and I have experienced that firsthand. I really did. Oh God, I so don't want to make this video. 2 2.5 years ago, I met this person, and she upended so much of my illusions. I don't think people realize what love truly is, because true love is not a very pink unicorn experience. True love is seeing truth of what is in such an extent that it just destroys and breaks open every misperception, every illusion. True love can be tremendously painful. So yeah, 2.5 years ago I met this woman, and it was as I said, it wasn't a rosy pink colored relationship I was in, but there was recognition. There was, she in a way touched my soul in ways I couldn't look back from truth anymore. She upended karma in such a deep and profound way. It's been 2.5 years, and now with this lunar eclipse in the 9/9 portal, I'm still digesting what occurred there. I cannot even describe it in words. I'm going to try to, but there was a deep soul recognition. Not even because she could see me, because she couldn't, but because she came at exactly the right moment to show me what wasn't true. What wasn't true. as a lot of you guys, whew, give me a second. As some of you already know a little bit of my background, I come out of a family construct where I lived with a mother that was emotionally unavailable due to addiction. My father was also emotionally unavailable, also due to addiction. Mm. And so I've learned from a very young age that in order for me to be loved, I needed to work hard. Love doesn't come easy. Love has to be earned. And how I earned my love was being a good therapist to my mother, was being a great listener to her all of her problems. And that gave me a slight sense of worthiness. So I ended up all of my life up until almost 3 years ago thinking that that was love. And then I met this woman who mirrored this um, Lila, who mirrored my illusions and convictions about love. She was an ex-alcoholic. She was 4 years sober. But she mirrored exactly the same dynamic as I experienced with my mother as a child. And in the beginning, it felt that should have already rang some alarm bells. It felt like home. Yeah, ding dong. It was home. It felt familiar. She felt so familiar. It was homecoming. It truly was. I got to experience that. And we only been together for a year and 2 months. But this was I didn't know this was going to become a big spiritual blast, because this experience blasted open my heart. It blasted open all trauma I accumulated in attachments with my mother. um, I was already seeing the alarm bells in the beginning. I remember the first time we went for a walk. She basically had been talking the whole walk, and I was listening the whole walk. This was the dynamic I also had with my mother. And in a very strange way, I never experienced in this relationship such a deep love, not only from my part, but also from her part. It's so strange to explain, but what happened was my heart that was closed with all these convictions and all these stories that I accumulated in my childhood just upended when I upended the relationship because I couldn't do it anymore. I was working hard. I was always understanding. I could see her. She couldn't see me. She loved me. Yes, from her capacity. Like my mother also did. She loved me from her capacity. But when we held hands or when we cuddled or when we were intimate, I cannot explain. It was a love that was so intense, so deep. I simply got addicted to it because I hadn't embodied that that depth of love inside of myself. I wasn't whole and I wasn't able to deal with that immensity of love, to deal with that immensity of flow, of connection. And I got addicted, so I worked harder and harder to close every gap that was there, to reconstruct every distance that was there, because I couldn't let go of what was being touched in me. Such a profound, I still cannot describe it in words. I simply cannot. Until at one point it destroyed me so much. It I depleted myself completely for that love. I depleted myself completely. And it got to 1 year and 2 months until I had to acknowledge that I needed to let go of her. And when I did, the healing began. The healing began big time. In remembering to love me, remembering to love me, to not be a slave to warmth and love outside of myself anymore. So my heart started to break big time. I couldn't look away anymore. Um, it was as if the universe had put me on a stop if it came to the search. That relationship stopped me in the search for love. And as most of you who walk the spiritual path, we experience things that stop the search for, I don't know, um, a better finance, or stop the search for um, being seen in society, or you have all these searches inside of you. But I feel my biggest initiation has been to stop the search for love. And in the end, all the other small things are I think, a side branch of stopping the search for acknowledgement, for love. In the end, this comes to the same core. And this love still, from today, it is becoming less, but it still is breaking me open, and more open, and more open, and more open. I met a person, a soul, an energy, whatever you like to call it, that from this day to day still keeps breaking me open, and breaking me open, and breaking me open. And I cannot explain why. I try to. I know we are not right for each other. I know she has been a pivotal, crucial pawn in my lila. I needed to bump into her. I was, when I met her, I was still married, but my marriage was not good. It was, in a way, also, um, um, how you say that? I was dealing with the same identifications about love. And when I wasn't searching for anyone, or that wasn't the case at all. When I met her, I knew I wasn't even physically attracted to her in the first place. It was very strange, but I knew, and she also knew, we couldn't look away. There was this, like two planets meet, and you think you go like this, but then you keep turning around each other. This their destined destiny just occurred. And I needed to get traumatized. I needed to feel again what I felt as a child, to disassemble the traumatized child, to let go of the traumatized child. And the love I felt in that connection was so deep that even till the day of today, I I don't feel the need. I must say, a few days ago, because this theme is getting triggered for me to close. We are in the closing year. I was thinking, oh, I might could get out there, in the dating world, and so I went on this dating app, and I already planned a date, and then I felt, no, this. There's nothing out there. So I cancelled. Yeah. That is the ego wanting to take control, huh? The ego. And that's not my jam anymore. If love comes along in a natural, organic way, it's beautiful. If it doesn't, it's also beautiful. So for some people, meditation can be their initiation. For other people, death or loss of a person can be initiation. For some, love can be the biggest spiritual catalyst. And for me, love was the biggest catalyst. Maybe it still is. Although I have been doing meditation practice since I was 20, so it's not only love, but it has been the biggest catalyst in my spiritual awakening. Not long after that, because the beginning of this year, I got my second Kundalini push, big push, big push, and that was based on the trauma of that encounter with her. I feel it very clearly. There was such a breakdown in me happening, such a despair, such a trauma to my consciousness that I completely broke open and Shakti started to take over. There was just nothing to hold on to anymore. So yes, I made the video. I hope it is of any assistance in your life. You can, maybe you have recognition in what I've experienced. And I will leave you guys with this.